is The Furnace with John Burton.
Gimmicks, churches, they don't go together. Oh man, we've got to talk about this, everybody. What in the world is going on in church land today? It's insanity. It's ridiculous. Honestly, it's grieving, if I were to be entirely honest with you all. And, you know, there are churches out there, they're all over the place, that are using all sorts of gimmicks and, just almost, I don't know what to call them, natural methods to entertain and to draw in a crowd. And we've got to be done with this. But let me tell you why they're doing it. Why are pastors, a lot of people could call them seeker-sensitive churches, or I think, we're almost beyond using that term nowadays because it's almost in so many ways become default to be a seeker church. And even churches that would never say that they are seeker, they are, so many of them. But why are they doing it? Why are they doing all of these crazy things to draw a crowd? Well, because of y'all. And of course, not all of y'all, but a whole bunch of you guys out there. That's what you want. That's what you're drawn to. That's what you're attracted to. So now we have churches. I'll just be, I don't know. I'll be straight up with y'all. You can disagree with me. That's fine. Welcome to my day. That's normal. But I just don't like, personally, to see churches using gimmicks and, for example, doing a month-long movie series, different movies. And so they're highlighting, there's churches out there. Back in the day, it was The Matrix, or I don't even know what movies nowadays. I mean, but and I'm not even talking about bad movies. Even though The Matrix wasn't that rated R? I don't remember. That was so long ago. But even, I mean, just movies in general, and you drive by these churches or hear about them or see pictures or go to their Facebook or whatever, and you see people all, they're dressed up in 50s garb, if it's Grease is the movie or whatever. It seems benign and whatever. It seems like it's just good old fun. But there's something about that just, it's so unbelievably opposite. It's a polar opposite. It's 180 degrees opposite of what I believe we need to see in the church today. Could not be further. Gimmicks. And we're seeing this, and we're seeing churches that even some of them are using secular music, but I'm not even talking about those. Let's kind of stay in the spirit-filled realm, because it'll be too easy for all you guys to disassociate with what I'm talking about here, as if it doesn't relate. Let's stay even in the spirit-filled realm, and there are churches out there. They're doing the gimmick thing. They're doing these things that are appealing to culture. It's culturally appealing, and the movie series thing, and and there's churches out there that have done that, and man, I don't know, guys. I don't know. But it goes beyond that. And I guess what I'm trying to say here is, why can't we just go hardcore after God? Why not? Why not? I talk about the pavement people all the time. Why can't we just forget all the stuff? Forget the gimmicks, forget all of the assimilation strategies, forget it all. And don't, forget about the comforts. And just open the doors. And let people come in. I call them pavement people. Those that don't care about anything but encountering God. Praying, interceding, going hardcore after God. That's all they want. And that's what we're looking for. That's what we need to see in the church today. And this church that I'm thinking about, I don't know anything about them, at all. And there's churches like this all over the place, but I just heard about their just this, I don't know what it was, some some movie focus, and it was just people, and just people everywhere, and they're all excited, and they're doing it up big, and they're using big props, and I don't know if it's Greece, maybe they have an old Mustang out there in the church foyer or whatever, and it's like this production, this presentation. And why can't we leave the Mustang where the Mustang belongs and just gather together and contend for revival? What in the world's going on in the church today? Why can't we just have an upper room? Well, people won't come. Who cares? The purpose of the church service, everybody, the Sunday service, it's not to draw in the unbeliever. It's a believers meeting. It's not an evangelistic tool. It's not supposed to be that. So it's a believers meeting. And so for someone like me who's a believer, it's foolishness, everybody, to do this stuff. And can we not just contend in prayer? I don't know. I remember, and I'm not trying to compare ministries or whatever, because I know, I know there's all sorts of different experiences out there, but I think about when I was at IHOP. My son Parker's at IHOP, going to school there, and my wife and I were there for a couple years, and the thought of the International House of Prayer in Kansas City doing these gimmicky services, it's like you just like roll your eyes and laugh. It's like the silliest, nonsensical thing. It would never happen. I don't know, maybe it happens now. I doubt it. Surely didn't happen when I was there. Why? Because they just gathered together, they prayed, they went deep in the Word, they dealt with the end times, they dealt with the spirit of the age. The intercession was intense. That was why they gathered. It wasn't doing all this ridiculous foolishness. It was just to go hard after God. And boy, oh boy, oh boy. But again, the reason for this, the reason why all of this is happening, the reason why there's all of this gimmicky, weird stuff is because people are responding to it. They want it. And so pastors are doing it, and that's what's filling the seats. As if that were the goal. Why are we so concerned about filling the seats? We've got to stop, everybody. It has to stop. The madness has to stop. Let me know what you think. There's all sorts of ridiculous stuff that's going on in the church today. And you just can't find a church, really, it's hard, that where they just gather together, they have revival on their minds. It's not all about drawing people in. It's not all about even connecting with people. It's not all about building numbers. It's not all about that. It's about gathering a remnant, whether it's 5 or 50 or 500, doesn't matter. And you're contending in prayer, you're contending in intercession, you feel the weight of what's going on in the world, you're battling against the enemy, you are advancing in the spirit, you're exposing the darkness, you're being equipped, you're growing, the fear of the Lord is there, and but instead it's playtime. Instead of, for so many churches today, it's playtime. And I can't handle it. It's got to come to an end, and someone's got to say something. I don't know. Tell me what you think. I'd love to hear your comments. I think we just need revival. I think a large part of the problem, everybody, is people out there haven't experienced revival. They think this is the epitome of church, all this fun and games. And they haven't experienced that weighty presence of God to where you're trembling on your face and you can't move, and it's indescribable and it's supernatural. I mean, how many Christians out there have had a supernatural encounter with the Holy Spirit? Not as many as you might think. And so they think the epitome of this church experience is lots of happy people and lots of fun and all of that, and they don't understand the spirit of revival, the fear and the trembling, the terror of the Lord. They don't get it. And so we need revival. I think that's the only way people are going to be, they're going to wake up and be like, oh my gosh, I can never go back to that other stuff again. And so that's what we're going to need to see. We need to see revival break out. Leave some comments. I'd love to hear what you have to say.
Thank you for listening to The Furnace with John Burton. You can access media, read articles, and partner with the ministry online at burton.tv. And by all means, share this podcast with those who are hungry for revival, reformation, and revolution.